everyone, it's Barbara Swift, Be Swift Art. Today we're going to talk about art as therapy. I'm not a therapist or anything. I don't know anything about, the psychology of your mind. I do know that when I start creating, my mind just calms right down. I have fun, I'm at peace, I can think more clearly. So it's kind of meditative. I'm in my own little zone, in my own little world. And I'm just being free and playful and relaxed and myself, just being like myself. So I wanted to share that with you today because when I woke up this morning, I have a million things on my mind and I can't focus on one thing right now. So I just thought I'd come down in my studio and just start playing with all my art supplies. So I get to play with my art supplies. That's the best part. I got all the good stuff out. I'm just going to play. I don't have anything in mind exactly. So let me explain what this is here. These are some little prompt cards. These are by Mike Dooley. He's a writer for The Universe. He's also was featured in the book The Secret, and he's a New York Times bestseller, Infinite Possibilities, The Art of Living Your Dreams and Leveraging the Universe, 7 Steps to Engaging Life's Magic, and he speaks about, his on the internet about life and dreams and happiness. So my friend Daryl gave me this as a present, and I have treasured these cards for several years now because you just kind of get a whole stack of them like this, and you just kind of pull one out every morning or whenever you're feeling like, hey, I need a little something or other. And on the back, it has an inspiring little message. So these are some that I picked out today, but the reason why I picked them out was more for colors and for, creating a color palette that I just want to play with without, creating a picture itself. So I was just kind of looking at these and trying to see what speaks to me. I kind of like all of the golds and the blues and the deep colors in this one, where this one here has some really pretty, really dark colors in it as well. And then in contrast with the light and the pink and the purple up there. This one was all greens and kind of going into that turquoisey and the orangey colors, opposite on the color wheel. Always like that. This one right here was really pretty with the pinks and the purples. I love it when the sky's purple. It just is so cool, and I really like these sunbeams coming out from behind the clouds there. And then we got the orange and the yellow and green. This one's a contender. I think I'm going to pull that aside. And then this one here, I also like because it's just more serene, yet it's still very warm. It's kind of fall, kind of like the season we're going into. Well, you might be going into. I live in Florida, so we don't have a lot of seasons. We have seasons, but you got to look for the signs, I guess. So this is hurricane season. How about that? We don't have any hurricanes, thank goodness. Okay, so this is really pretty too. It's got these pinks in it and those purples, which I really like. And then this one was just really happy to me. And I want to feel happy. I'm kind of in a worrisome mood right now, so I just want to kind of get my mind off of all of that. But this has that beautiful pink. I can see opera pink and quinacridine gold right here, and then look at these pretty blues, a little cerulean there, greens. This one's very beautiful. So it's kind of between these two for me, and I can see that's pretty much the same color palette, except this one's got purples in it, where this one's more blue. So it just depends, what do I feel like, blue or purple? Or I could mix them up. But for right now, I just want to pick out a few colors from these prompts. It doesn't have to be anything like this. I was listening to another YouTuber, Danielle Love, and I just love how she goes about things. And she gets out this block of colors that's in a box and does the same kind of thing. Just pulls something out and then uses the colors that are in the picture and that are put on the side in this color block. You've probably seen them. I don't have any of those. She also has these little inspirational prompts that have different patterns and things on. I don't have any of that either, but I'm just going to go with what I have. So I don't have to have anything special in order to do these kind of free form, intuitive exercises. So I'm going to go with this one. So do you want to hear the message on the back? Let's see what it says. It says, every single day I'm pressing out and reeling in the abundance you're making room for in your life as I observe everything you think, say, and do. Yeah, I'm so fond of the reeling in part. Yeah, I'm not so fond of the reeling in part. Pressing my heart out, the universe. So he signs everything the universe. So, okay, every single day I'm pressing out and reeling in the abundance you're making room for in your life as I observe everything you think, say, and do. So we're just thinking about abundance and everything is coming to us. My friend Daryl is really, really into all this kind of universe thing, which, I really admire her for, because I just love how she thinks that everything is possible, that she is full of abundance and everything is coming her way, and she thinks positive and she doesn't let negativity into her life. If things are negative, she just deals with it as quick as she can and turns it into something positive. So I just love that about her. So I am going to pick this one because I love all of these colors too. So I'm going over here. You've seen all of my color swatches that I've made on my Mix It Up Mondays here. So I have these to kind of go by if I want to mix up paint, or if I just want to go straight from the tube. I have my Daniel Smith watercolor dot chart here. So I've gone through and just kind of went by, to see what each one of these colors are. I don't have all of the colors from Daniel Smith. I sure wish I did, but I don't. And this is just a little fraction of what they have. And then this is my color swatch sheets that I've made from Magello Mission Gold paints. So these are really nice too. So let's see what we have here. So if I'm looking, and this is the Mission Gold. So if I'm looking at this here, so I can see I have like a kind of a purple, like this here, kind of fades right out into there. So this one is called Crimson Lake. So I'm getting out my little set here of my Magello Mission Gold paints. I love how they make them look like a box of candy. It comes with, the pretty little cloth on it in a beautiful box with some gold. I mean, it always is so special. I love things like that. All right, so I am going to get quinacridone Crimson Lake. And I'm only going to pick like 4 or 5 colors. I don't want too many colors. So I'm just got my little ceramic tray here that I used to use for beading. Didn't know that it was for painting then. But so it works great if you have little seed beads and you just need a few of them. All right, so I got my Crimson Lake, I'm sorry. I'm thinking gold. Okay, so then I'm going to have my color chart here, and I want to get a nice, pretty, dark, purpley blue. I'm out of the bright clear violet, which would have been a really pretty color. But what I like to do for purple is I like to mix like opera pink, which is this bright opera here. So I'm going to mix a little bit of that, and with either cobalt blue or ultramarine deep, that would be a pretty one for this, since I'm trying to get a little bit of that kind of more of a purple blue. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going in with the, I don't know if I can get all of this on camera here. Let me put this here. So here's my palette that I'm making. So I'm getting a little bit of this ultramarine blue. So I don't really like to mix colors. I like to just paint and let the colors do their thing. But sometimes you gotta mix them to get that colors to start, because it's probably gonna be more blue or more pink and not be the purple that I like up here. Okay, so then I'm coming down here, and it looks like I have some really beautiful deep kind of golds here. And here's their gold from the, oh, that's beautiful. That light red or burnt sienna would be pretty. Raw umber, even burnt umber. So I think I'm going to go over to my Daniel Smith paints because their quinacridone gold is one of my very favorites. So here's my box of paints. This is everything I have. I know there's some millions out there, but here's the Quin Gold, and that's what everyone calls it for short, including me. So I'm going to put a little bit of that Quin Gold. That color is luminescent. I mean, it just looks like everything glows when you put that Quin Gold on. It is so, so beautiful. I just love it. Okay, so that's the Quin Gold. All right, so what else do we have here? So I've got 3 colors kind of picked out. And oh, yellow. We got to have this bright, beautiful yellow. So I could either go with this nice permanent yellow light or lemon yellow, which lemon yellow, that's a tongue twister, almost to me has a little green undertone in it. It could, I don't know. This one's permanent deep yellow. That would be pretty too, but I'm really attracted to this right here. And I think that it's going to be this permanent yellow light. So let's try that one. Permanent yellow light. I'm running out of this one too. Got to get more paint. Got to start selling some painting so I can buy more art supplies. Yeah, that's how that goes. Okay. bswiftart.com, just in case you're wondering where you can get my paintings from. Okay, and also we have this nice kind of charcoaly dark purple here, and green. I think we need green. So we have green here. Let's see, what color green would I like? So the olive green's very yellow. The sap green would be beautiful. So would Hooker's green. The Van Dyke green would give us a lot of depth. I'm going to go with sap green or Hooker's green. Let's go Hooker's because I tend to go with the bright colors. And I love them, but you know, sometimes I gotta play with some of these other colors, right? Okay, so there I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. Of course, you can always use black and white or metallics like gold and silver or copper or rose gold. That's kind of what I call the jewelry. So we're going to put jewelry on our painting when we're done. But that's the last thing I usually do. So for now, I'm going to get these colors all mixed up. And I'm going to put just a little bit of water in them so they're the consistency of whole milk. Because I'm going to put some water on my paper. And that's also going to lighten the colors, just the water that's on the paper. So I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to make you watch all that. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So here is our inspirational card for our colors. And I've mixed them all. And here is my colors. Kind of swatched them out for you so you can see. So I'm pretty close. I don't have to be right on. But they just have to be pleasing to me, you know. So I think these are really pretty colors. So now I'm going to just put my little card away, and I'm going to think about abundance and that everything is coming to me because I feel abundant. That's what I'm supposed to do, I guess. I'm not good at that stuff. I try. But there you go. All right, so we're just going to get started. I'm going to put my swatches over here. Here are my colors. I'm going to put them a little bit to the side. I know you can't see them too much, but I guess you'd rather see what we're painting, right? So let's pick a brush. Let's pick a brush that isn't too tight. Okay, so I have a big brush like this. This is, and I don't know if you can see it, a Scouta, a number 14 round. So, Ultimo Barcelona Alvaro Castanet, I guess. I think my, getting a little loose there. That happens, I think, when you put it too much into the water and leave it sitting there, which I try not to do. But I like to start by just getting my brush wet, and I'm just going to take a color. So now I already got some color there. I'm not trying to paint that picture at all. I don't have anything in mind. This is going to be abstract. It's whatever comes out, because today is just about playing. So I love purple. So I'm going to start right over those splotches there. And I'm going to hold my brush at its tail end here. And I am just going to start putting some paint on wherever I feel like it. What do I feel like? I don't have any rules. No rules. Just paint. Get a little bit of water and soften it out. And get all those variations of that color as you put more water in it. It gets lighter. You can leave some areas white. I want to soften my edges here, and I want to keep my water, keep it kind of wet. I want to. So next I'm going to come in with, how about this Crimson Lake? Let's bring some of that in. Just playing around. Kind of like things that kind of swoop. And I think in contrast, this Quin Gold would be really pretty. Kind of mix it in here with that purple, kind of gives me browns. And in here with this pink, it kind of gives me those gold orangey colors. That's pretty. And a little bit of green. Let's not forget this area here. So I am just playing around. I think I would like a little bit of that gold in with my green. Oh, and that makes some different greens. That's pretty. Just gonna bring some water up into that corner. Oh, and see, it's starting to pull. This paper that I'm using is like super thin. I don't know where I got it. I think somebody gave it to me because they got it in something and that they didn't do watercolor. I think this is the paper that my friend Stella gave me. But she does some watercolor, but let's see. This is going to make an orangey color, I think. So you see, I'm just kind of, nothing in particular, I'm just playing. I guess I'm just watching colors mix. And seeing what I get out of them. I think I need some green. Ooh, that makes a brown. I like what's happening there. I love watermarks. Oh, look at that brown. That's unexpected. That's pretty. I wonder if I can get it up here too. So what color did I put in there? Green? I forgot. Oh, let's try. Oh, we got green. Ooh, that's kind of charcoal when it mixes in with that purple there. Unfortunately, everything dries so fast here. What color would I like there? Maybe a little pinks. And I don't want to mess it all up, so kind of overlapping into some of the other colors. Make it interesting to myself. That's all it has to do. Please myself. That's all. That's all we're looking at today. Just things that I want to play with. Doesn't have to be anything. I can turn this video off and nobody will ever see it. So I'm keeping that in mind. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to come back here. Now I think a soft brush. This is a Legend number 6 round. And I'm just going to make some little, like where it's starting to dry. I'm just going to dab in some water, make some blooms here and there. Maybe some round ones. Look and see how it's turning there. That's so cool. that's kind of neat. So I think this needs to be, this is pretty wet. Maybe it won't do much. Fun! Those are fun. And this paper's really curling because it's so thin. Big bloom there. So what I do with my papers like this is I'll draw over them a lot of times. You know, I'll just get out my micron markers and I'll just start sketching flowers or whatever I see in there. Or I cut it up and I make bookmarks out of it. Use it for little greeting cards sometimes. You know, cut pieces out. So my art teacher, Sharon, she used to do a lot of that stuff, and I've really had fun with that. So I'm just now taking water on my fingers. And look at all those blooms. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Now I'm thinking I want some really darks. I need some darks in here. So where's my card? Here's my card. And we have this nice dark little gravel area. It's even got some bright blues in there, but a lot of darks up in these mountains. So let's get some darks in here while it's wet. Maybe some of that purple. Let's put some more purple in there. And where would I really like this. So that's kind of, get some dark areas. With my purple here. I might put like a Payne's gray or something in there, really make it dark. So I guess I'm following this little bloom right there. I like that. Make it go into something there. I'm coming back, getting a little bit more of that. Oops, so it's not wet enough here. Some water in there. Let's see what happens. Oh, it wants to run into its puddles. Where the paper's curling, it's really going to run there. So let's just use that to our advantage. So this is the kind of fun thing about the watercolor, just thinking freely with it. You just let it do its thing, and it's doing something on its own there. The paper was dry under there, so that's going to stay. Just playing around here. And put some of this pink into it. Bring it around. And so my pink, maybe bring it up and across. Like that, so let's feather that out a little bit. Same with this. Kind of like that. Alright. Now what can I do? got some of my little sap green here. I'm going for the depth colors here. Just putting some in. Some water. Kind of like this little area here. Maybe I can get that to do a little more. Kind of. Get some water into there. So unfortunately my paper is kind of getting dry on me now. It's gotta work kind of fast. So if I put this yellow into this blue, that'll make a brown. Did I say blue? Purple. Purple and yellow make this kind of olivey brownish color. So I'm just adding some depth. Just playing. Just playing. And I like to leave some of these areas, I think. That'll be nice. Get my Quin Gold. Maybe in here. Ooh. I like this color. Isn't that a cool color? And maybe we'll bring some up into here and into this purple. Although I did like with that effect and I just covered it up. I do that all the time. I'll cover it all up. So, you know, I always say it's going to look messy. But just keep going. Just keep going with it. This is just for fun. So we're not concerned. It can be whatever it wants to be. Right? Kind of like leaving this open. I'm not sure though. It's kind of big. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if any of this wants to run. So which way do I want it to run? I'm going to see if it wants to run. Ooh, that's cool, because a lot of times it'll follow the line of where it's dry and kind of do like an outline, which is what it's doing. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to coax it down, just tapping it on the table. Coax some of them drips down. I got a green one here. I'm even going to flip it kind of towards me. Look at my little green one I'm watching. So I'm watching what it's doing. See, and I got some drips there. And you can even take your squirt bottle, and this is going to make bloom like crazy, right? So I'm going to just put some up there, coax it, leave it right in that. Can you see what I'm doing? Right in this area that I kind of liked, but I'm just going to spray it a little bit. Just because it gave it some color, a little bit more color. Okay. So let's get a paper towel. Put that aside. Clean this mess up on my table, and I'm going to flip it around and go in the other direction. So let's just wipe some of this off. So we're not too messy. And now I can look at it in another direction. And I can kind of I kind of like this little ridge here. So I'm just going to spray that and let it run. Another spray. Kind of letting them run. Tapping it on the table. See the runs happening? Just looking at it from all directions, kind of letting the paint flow, make some streakies in there. Because what that'll do, those streaks, that'll give me somewhere to use as a pattern. I kind of like that one going down there, so let's let that one finish dripping down there. Isn't that fun? I can go this way. Maybe I'm gonna, this area here, I'm just gonna give it a couple squirts. Maybe one up there. So the question is, when do you stop? When is it enough, right? Whenever you feel like. We're just having fun. I'm not thinking this is going to be something frameable. That's why I used this paper that I wasn't sure about. Just having fun. Just playing around with it. Okay. So, I'm going to get this all out of the way and show you what we have so far. So, I think I want to, loving this, loving that right there. So, I think I want to see if I can't expand this where it's really wet. I'm almost out. I gotta get some purple. I want to mess with that. Let's go up here and mess around in this corner a little bit. And I want to bring some more color. Let's put some pink in here too. Just some water on my brush to get it to move. And I think I want to bring a little bit more of my green, just a little bit right in here. Although I do like what's happening up there. Just want a little bit more color there. I used up all the paints I put out, which is good. Don't want to waste them. So just with water, I'm kind of blend that in. What else could I do? I could put Brusho on it. Those crystals. They're so messy though, aren't they? Nah, I don't think so. But that would be something you could do. Or I could put some, I've got these kind of liquid paints, these high flow acrylics. So they're like watery. And I got this pretty green. This is kind of neon. I don't think that'll fit. Let's not put that one in there. But I have this blue. That would be pretty, either one of those. And this is gold, the orangey. So what color is this? This is benzimidazolone yellow medium. I could never tell you again what that was. But there it is right there. So these were on clearance at Michael's, I believe. So I picked up a few colors. Oh, here's a purple. You know, I'm looking for that depth. So this is Violet Permanent, Violet Dark. So like that one. I like these all. These are all neat. They kind of are in the painting here. So let's play around. Let me play first with my purple. So I'm just going to shake it a little bit. And I'm just going to find some wet spots. See what happens. Ding. Oh, it's like a pinky purple. So I'm just experimenting. This is great. This is so much fun. Oh, I don't think I mixed it up well enough. But it's pretty. I like it. And I like just doing a couple of these little dots like this. Neat. Okay. One over here. And one there. Ooh, I like the dark. I like the dark. This is not mixed up good enough, so I'm adding a little bit more to it. Did I get enough? Wipe off my top. Okay, so that's the purple. Now, this blue is kind of brighter. It's not exactly in my palette, is it? but I kind of want to use it, so I'm going to use it. That's how it works. So I want to put some of that in here. Ooh, just a pop of blue. Little bit. Oh, little big bit. A lot of my painting is already dried up, so it's not gonna spread too much, I don't think. Feel like I need some there. So this is just what I like to see, not necessarily any rules. I'm not doing any rules. Although you might be a better painter if you do a couple rules. You know, I don't know what they are. I didn't ever go to art school, so I'm just very intuitive. Whatever I feel is what I do. So that could be a good thing, but I don't know the rules. But it could be a good thing to not know the rules, right? So that's fun. And I got my green, because you know I got to use all of the colors now. That's why I'm trying to limit myself to a palette, because this is my inclination to just get everything out and play. Well, that came out before I was ready. That's okay. Okay, I think that's all right. And then I got this really bright. Yeah, whatever that is. Benzimidazolone yellow medium. So let's see what that is. Great. Just put a few of those in there. Not too much, I guess. A little bit, but goes a long way of this yellow. I feel like this corner needs just a, hello, I'm awake. Let's wake up. Am I done? Am I done with that? Can always add more. Alright. So, what happens now if I put a little rubbing alcohol? So this is the 91 isopropyl alcohol. And I think I'm just gonna... Ooh, this is brand new. I think I got one already open. I do. This is a great big one. Let me get my other one. Littler bottle, same thing though. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little bit in my little tray here. And take a little brush. It's not too precious to me, because I'm not sure what this does to your brushes. And I think I'm just going to start playing. See if it does anything at this point. It may not. And I know it works better with some colors other than other colors. Let's see what it does right in there. We'll see, it breaks up that one. And maybe it would be fun to put it right in. Does it work with these acrylic paints as well as watercolor? I don't see much happening. I don't think it does. But with the watercolor, whoops, I've got that one pink right in there. Okay, so let's just put a little. And the watercolor and certain colors, it works better than others. And it has to do with how dry, you know, if it's too dry, it's not going to do anything. If it's too wet, it's going to just not do much either. So if you can find a little bit of sheen on your paper, and that's when it works best. But right now I think it's going to leave some little shadow dots. Could be fun, or it could just dry and be nothing, right? So I guess I'm in the dot mood. All this stuff is lots of dots today. Yeah, I don't think it's doing anything much. Did it do anything? Nah, not much. On the acrylic paint, it doesn't do anything. I don't think it does anything on that acrylic. Just in case, I'm putting some in it. Just in case it'll dry differently. Okay, so I'm just gonna let it dry, and then I think I'm gonna come back and play a little bit more. I've got some stencils to play with, and I think this is kind of fun to start with. And we'll see what happens, okay? All right, we'll be back. Okay, it's not all the way dry, but it's getting pretty close. But what I'm seeing as I look up into my camera here, and I'm seeing it kind of opposite, I see flowers. So I see flowers a lot though, in a lot of things. But I kind of like that. What I have here is a couple things to kind of play around with. I have these rubber stamps, so these are all numbers and letters. So that looks like it might be kind of fun to play with. So let me see if I can get out a couple here. So yeah, I haven't used these yet. So I got these little, to put some words into them. I also got this set here, which is some little flowers, you know, designs to play with. And then I thought this one was a lot of fun. Let me get these out here. I haven't opened these yet either. These are all not brand new. I've actually had them for about a year, but I haven't played with them yet. Can you believe it? You know how it is. We start collecting stuff, art supplies, and we have it on our shelf, and the collecting them is as much fun as using them. So these are kind of little medallions. I thought these were really pretty. So I don't think you can see it, but they're little, like, what do you call those? Mandalas? Different circular patterns to use. I like this one a lot. This one's pretty. I don't know if you can see that at all. Yeah, and this one's really pretty too. So I'm going to put couple of these aside, and then some of these letters. Let's play with these letters. I don't have any ink to ink them with, but I'm going to take them out of the box so I can just grab them randomly, so they're not going to say anything, but I just want to play with them a little bit. So what do I have to play with? So I got these little brushes here, so that'd probably be good to put a little bit of paint onto them. And let's go with, I guess I could mix it up. I don't want to go black. That's too much. I could do white. Well, I have this whole set of gouache. So this is Turner acrylic gouache. So I did go ahead and pull out a few colors here that are in our painting there. Here's a really bright violet. I have white, permanent yellow deep, yellow ochre, carmine, and deep green. So I think that's pretty. But you know me, I like these bright. So let's go with this purple. I'll get my little tray out again. And I'm just gonna, whoops, these, yeah, they need, I don't know how you mix them in the tube, but it came out with all of that base filler first. But I'm gonna get some purple, and I'm just gonna randomly grab, oh, that's no fun, that was like an eye. Okay, I'm gonna just grab me my little N here. And I'm just going to, yeah, there it is. Let's put a few ends. Well, I should try to put it on a little straight. How about some G's? Do I want to make them all the same color? I can get a little carried away, so let me get, is this a G? This is like a G. So it's not really going to say anything. Just gonna, and a lot of this will get covered up because I'm going to put some other stuff on here. We're going to keep going. Put some over here. And it doesn't have to be everywhere. It can just be like in a couple areas. How about a Y? A Y would be a good one. Whoops, put it on the right side. That would help. Okay, so I got a Y. So it's not saying anything. Well, let's make sure it doesn't say anything bad. You don't want the bad vibe going out. Speaking of vibes, so I already am much more relaxed and much more feeling good about things, except for that blob I just made. Because I got impatient and just started sticking it into the paint and not even putting it on with the brush. So that's what happens. Maybe we need a vowel. Let's go with an E. Maybe we put it in the front there. So people might try to read it. If it ends up that we let anybody see this, right? It's okay if it doesn't turn out good because we got lots of playing around to do. Oh, question mark. Ha, that's a good one, right? Question mark. Let's put a question mark. That's very fun. Yes, I'm feeling much more at ease. I feel like I'm having fun. I'm not thinking about all of the things I was thinking about at 4:30 in the morning when I couldn't sleep anymore. So those things are not on my mind right now. So this is why I say that art is therapy. Because I can just put things behind for a while, put it on the back shelf, and not think about it. And just play with my art. And that will be enough, right? Make me feel better, maybe get a little bit more more into my day rather than into my head. I can get in my head. A lot of us are like that, right? Okay, so let's find a 1 and a 7 because my birthday is on the 17th. And so, if possible, I like to put that in because it's personal, something personal to me. So let's put a little I, 1. And like I said, a lot of this gets covered up. Put them wherever you like. Where's my 7? So I'll put that on it, get it the right way. Oop. Couple 17s. And some of them don't look like anything. So, okay, so we got some little word things going on here. Letters and numbers. Anything else interesting? I can put a hi, I could put an H and an I. Or I don't really want to spell anything, I don't think. I just want it to... They're sideways, that's good. I didn't think of that. Did that by accident, but that's kind of fun. That's fun. Whoops, that's too much. Pay attention, Barbie. Yep. W. A W is a good one too. Okay, so I can get carried away with this too, I suppose. So let's put it upside down. Boop. Oh, that says wine. Just having fun. Look at that. Okay, so we got a little bit of that going on. Let's see what happens with it. It might not be there in the end. Who knows? That's okay. That's what's fun. We're just having fun. We're making some little marks on here and having fun with it. Okay, so what else do I have? So I got that, and I have some stencils. Oh, you know what I got this like mitt. You know, this is for grooming your dog, right? Like just, I have little chihuahuas. I thought maybe I could brush them with this, but I think they were afraid of it. So that didn't go so well. But I like this. This is kind of neat. And I have some, this is acrylic ink in white. So I could kind of brush that on here and press a little bit and see what happens. So how this works is you just keep going because it is never looking great until you're finished. That's when you sit back and you're like, oh, okay, I like that. Let me get another one of my little brushes here. I'll get a bigger one. So I think these are so soft. I think they're cosmetic brushes. I'm not sure. I got a set of them online, so I think I got them from Temu. I'm just going to pour a little of that in there. And now I got a mess. Now I got a drippy mess and nothing to blot it with. There we go. All right. So I'm going to dip my bigger. Well, that's not very much, is it? And I just thought I could put a little bit on these bristles, these little nubbies. And let's see what happens. Nothing. Didn't work at all. Okay, so much for that one. All right, let's do something else then. Let's go with stencils. I have stencils. So I have these. These are kind of like floral. I like these swirls. This is always pretty. So it's going to paint the bigger empty area, of course, so got to keep that in mind. This is kind of fun. It's just kind of like a randomly kind of hashy area, hash marks. All right, so let me move this over here. Let me get some more of this white going, see if I can't get enough to get on my brush. Or I think what it is it's so thin. Let me get a paper towel. So what I'm trying to do is put some in my little dish next to me and not make a horrible mess, but you know, that's impossible. Gotta get your hands dirty. I sure can do that. All right. So now I've got some of my white ink. I'm getting this big old brush. And what I should do is test it first. So here's my, here I got a little piece of scrap watercolor paper. I'm trying to find one with something painted on it. Usually every one I grab already has stuff on, except for when I need it to be, I just don't even know if this is going to work, but yeah, that works. So you can see it right here. It's very light, very faint. So that's kind of fun. So let's go. And we'll just kind of tap some onto it. See what happens when we take it up. Yeah, look at, I got a little bit of a little pattern going on. So I just like to kind of wipe off the excess And let's do it again. Let's do it over here. And this is going to go through a lot of this white ink. So maybe I should have used something a little thicker. Probably would work better with some white gouache or some white acrylic maybe. This is acrylic ink. And I'm not sure if this is, you know, some inks will fade in the sunlight. And I'm not sure if this is that kind or not. But probably we'll have to spray it with some kind of fixative. I'm just kind of bouncing it with this thing. And too much. Okay. So I got too much of that acrylic ink. And it's seeped underneath. I'll put something else over that though. Or maybe it'll be cool. Who knows? I'm just going to blot some of it. Leave it like that. It's very soft. Okay, so I'm just going to for fun, this is not as much on my brush now. That worked better, although I still got a little smooshy, but that's okay because it matches that, right? Let's put a little bit of this here and there. Yep, the secret, I guess, is to not put too much. There. I just feel like it needs some right here. There we go. All right. So that is that one. And let's see. I don't know if we can rinse off these little brushes. I have to take them upstairs and soak them along with all these little blocks. Okay, so let's see what else we have. I also have this one here. Can you see it? It's got leaves on it, great big leaves, but I don't have to use the whole thing. So I'm going to use my gouache because it is thicker. So I'm going to squirt some of this. Well, this is too thick. This one here is probably old. I've had these for a long time. Let me see if it can thin down with some water. Yep. Okay. So I'm thinning it down. Now I got it kind of like a normal acrylic paint consistency. And then I got it all over the place, of course. All right. So I'm going to put my fat stencil brush in there. So right here, it's kind of damp. Is that going to matter? Let's go. Do I love it? No. But sometimes you gotta shift. You gotta shift and make it look intentional. So I don't love that, but I'm going to make it look intentional. So I have this one here. And I'm just going to come. Well, it's all right. I think more of what I hate, not hate, I'm not going to say I hate it, but I don't like the color I chose. But now that one going that way, although I'm probably going to just cover this with some other stuff here, so... Alright, I'm gonna leave that. Not loving that. So now I wish I never did that, and I think that I ruined it. But I probably didn't, so I'm just gonna keep on going. Gotta keep going till the end. You never know. But am I giving myself anything to doodle around, or am I just making it kind of a mess? I want to quit. Tell you the truth. I don't like what I've done. I want to quit, but it's not going to hurt to keep going, I guess. So that's what I'm going to do. Just keep going. Do I want to mess with these stencils anymore? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that green. It's not the end of the world, right? It's not the end of the world. What else do I have to play with? Some of these stamps. Let me get a thicker white, this gouache. Get some of that. And then I'm just gonna... I don't know, there's so much green in this brush. But I could put a little bit of this white on here. And put a stamp right over it. Okay. Alright. The whole point of this is to not be stressed out, so I'm just having fun. I'm having fun. That's what I'm telling myself. This is fun. It is fun. It is fun. You gotta be open to the unexpected, right? So kind of think about our message of abundance and gratitude and what I'm thankful for today. And I am very thankful. I have a lot of good things going on. Right now, I have a solo exhibition going on at Bonita Springs Arts Center. So that's very exciting. So I have this exhibition where it's just me, just a solo artist in the gallery. And I've sold a few things, so that's very exciting. Put a few of these little stamps on here. Don't need too many. And I don't want to forget my little outer edges, right? Let's say that's enough with that one. What else do I want to do? I don't know. So I'm going to get out. I have a lot of these. Excuse me. I'm reaching for my acrylic pens. So these are fun to make little marks with. And they have either a round side or a brush side on them. So they're dual tipped. These ones are just brush strokes, brush ones. So what do I want to play with? So I'll get my little and see how they draw. You can make little dots. That's that one or this one. I like this creamy yellow. So this one you can just make. See, this one's more of dots. So So let's play with this one a little bit. So you got to push them down on the paper and get the acrylic paint into the tip. Okay. So I'm not even seeing much. I don't know. I'm not feeling so inspired today. I'm so sorry. But what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What am I seeing? Okay, so maybe I want to put little dots. I just put little dots around here. Okay, some dots there. I can make some lines and some squigglies. So I feel like I want to cover this up somehow. Especially this one though. This is the worst one, isn't it? So what can I do? I need to put like a whole thing over there. So let's see. Got some line dots there. Let's just make some clusters. Let's make some clusters of dots. And have it go right up into these. It really makes them show up. Put them right over that medallion. Little dots, little dots. Just little areas of little dots is what I'm doing. So let's put some on here too. It's all about the layers and layers and layers. So it's not going to hurt to just keep going, even though you don't really feel like you're making anything great. It might not turn out to be anything great, but it's okay. It's relaxing to my brain. Sometimes you just gotta shut your brain off and just play and not think too much about things. A lot of times just going for a walk with my dogs, that's really good for me. Okay, so that's fun. Let's put some over here. That's what's fun about acrylic, is you can cover things up. With the watercolor, you can't do too much. You have to go with it, right? Which is fun, because you keep shifting your intention, which is creative. It keeps your mind going, right? Some under there. I'm liking it better with the dots on it. And I'm not really, most of my art is not abstract, but I do like to do abstract just for mental health, just to kind of unwind and just have fun. So I think that's good for that. I know that there's probably a lot of theories and things that people do and processes that I know nothing about. So that's not what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I want to come around on some of these dots like I did over here. And I got my paper taped to my board, and the reason is you can move it around like this. Is one of the reasons anyway, and make it just easier to work on. You can move it to however it suits you. that's kind of fun. Turn it around and see it from a whole different view now. So, you know, these are going to be very bold. I'm going to go zigzag around like that. And then add some more little patches of my dots that maybe these ones kind of escaped. And you can see all the other stuff that you did just kind of peeking through in the background. I got a little bit of that white, got a little bit from my alcohol in there, some more of my white here. And see wherever it's smeared and smudged, it's here, I guess, but I don't really, it doesn't stand out as much now. Okay, and I'm just looking for what I want is balance in this, so kind of going zigzag around this one like I did on one of the other ones. Okay, we've played with those dots. Got some little dots going on, and I've got these metallic watercolors. I want to put some gold on, but I don't have like a sparkly acrylic gold, so I'm not sure if this is going to show up. So I am just going to try to find out, right? I'll just find out. So I'm going to put some water onto this. Get those paints going here, activate them. Get some of this paint off of here. This is that dark green. It's a pretty green on its own. It's just not what I like for my painting. But let's see. Let's get a little bit of a firmer brush. Okay, I've got this one here. So this is Master's Touch number 6 round. And it's got pretty stiff bristles. So I'm going into my gold paint here, which I put some water in. So I got this gold. Mixing it up really good. Get all those suspended. And now I'm kind of starting a little upside down, right, than what I was. This will give me an opportunity. Or do I want to do circles? I've got a lot of circles going on. I think I'm gonna leave my gold on second thought. I'm gonna come back to the gold, because when I said circles, that made my brain think, oh yeah, that'd be fun just to do some crazy random circles. So I've got another box here of some acrylic and some microns. These are brushes, little fine brushes. Oh, that might be fun. So these brushes are nail art brushes. This is a very short one, but they come in different length bristle. Oh, that's a good one. See how long that bristle is? So that'll be super random. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in I've got some black acrylic here. And I've used up all my wells in my watercolor one here. I've got a pile of white, which I should put some water in, because I think that was the wash. And once that stuff dries, you cannot move it. It's not going to move off of my palette. So let me shake this up. Who knows how long ago this was used. But this is some black. Yeah, it's all goopy. Well, maybe it's no good. What could I do? I could just do with a pen, I guess. Let's do that. Wipe this out. I ruin all my good stuff with this acrylic stuff, and it's for my watercolor stuff. It kind of wrecks it if it dries in there. Okay. So I'm not going to use my fun little brush, though, because I don't have the right paint for it. So I'm going to use a pen. I've got these Posca pens. I got them purple, blue. Ooh, do we need a pop of pink? Do we need a pop of pink? I wonder how bright pink that would be. Let me try it on my. Gotta shake these guys up. Okay. In heaven. There we go. Oh, so that's not too bright, is it? That might be fun. Alright. So what I want to do is just kind of draw some circles. Get your eye away from all this stuff. I'm scared. I like this. I don't want to wreck it. But I do, well, I could do it over here a little. Okay, so I'm gonna go around that. Couple squiggly circles. There we go. I got that one there. Do this right here. And I feel like I need to do it up here too. Okay. Okay, so right over here. There we go. Okay, so got some little squirrel circles on there. Turn it this way. So this is the way I originally started it. Okay. So I got that. And I can play around with this a little bit. So why don't I come in, not with the blue, with the purple. If I do the blue, I've got blue here, but that's a bright blue. So I'm going to come in with this purple. This purple is pretty, not shows up, you know, not too much. It's not too much, I guess is what I'm saying. And what do I want to do? I can draw little things, or let's just make some circles. Maybe circle inside it. I'm in the circle mood today, aren't I? Okay, I got some circles kind of cascading around there, and I'm going to continue them from up here. And I wish I just kind of squiggled them circles, but I didn't, so I'm going to continue what I did. And we'll pop, big skip. That's the only thing I don't really care for with these pens is on watercolor paper. I don't know what else they do in other areas, but they kind of skip and leave a little splatter, which I'm not crazy about that. Okay, so that's there, and then I think I'm gonna do the same thing here. I don't want to lean my hand into that, so why don't I just turn this around a little so I have more. Wondering if I should go over my little yellow dots and my medallions. I think so. It's just about layers. Okay. All right, got that going on. More and more layers, but don't forget we're going to do the jewelry on the end, at the end. So I'm trying to think of some other pattern I can use. My bind, of course, is drawing a blank. I want something bolder and with the white. And I really wish that I had like some circles or something I could press down to make a circle that wasn't a mess. So just filling them in, maybe. Just drawing some. Let's see. I've not used these. I have never found a good white pen. I can't figure out what everybody uses for white, you know, over they draw with like gel markers. It's never worked for me. So I bought, you know, several kinds. I have this one too. And none of them seem to do, like, they just are such like a ghost white. They're not white for me. And I shake them up, and I got these jelly roll pens. And they don't work either for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I see people using them, so I know they work for somebody. So I could just come in with black. I don't know what I want to do. Okay. All right. I think maybe we'll come back to the gold now. Now we're going for the jewelry because I don't know what else to do there. I'm coming back to my gold. Looks like I gotta reactivate it. There we go. And I'm thinking kind of like I could do squares or kind of smash. Could do both. Okay. Let's just go. Gold is pretty. Gold makes everything all better. Covering up on that. That's nice. Maybe some smaller ones. And have them cascade down here. Maybe a little smaller. There, gold makes everything better. I like gold. Okay, so I got them there. Don't want to go right in the center. I'm not really thinking about composition. I'm playing. What am I doing? Don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it around. And my painting is abundant with colors and different brush strokes. It has abundance, right? Okay. So I turn that around. I'm going to put some here. So this is my jewelry. Like on your kitchen cabinets, and you put pretty knobs, pretty faucet. That's your jewelry for your house, right? More. Okay. So that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit of gold. But it's starting to look like a little more fun. You know, I'm not so... I didn't allow myself to become frustrated with it, because it is not about creating a masterpiece. This is just about playing and getting into my zone and not thinking about all the things that are going on in the world and in my life, and just playing with my art supplies, just grabbing them and getting them all out. I think I also have watercolor pencils. I mean, I could just throw everything on here, right? And I have some pastels. I have these oil pastels that are water soluble. Also comes like a candy box. Here they are. All of these. I'm going to tape down here the lid. Here's all of my oil pastels. So this might be fun just to make some marks over the top. Kind of like in this green. Let's see here's my swatch. That green is kind of neat. That's pretty. Or here's my purple. And that's pretty much purple that's in there. Do I want to use that, or do I want to... I like that depth. I'm looking for that depth, right? So here is this one. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's a darker purple. That would be a good one. Or gray. I think because this is going to stand out, I could do white. Ooh, I was going to say I would go a little lighter. Whoop, there's half of the crayons gone here. My pastel. So there's my white that I was looking for. Too bad it broke in half. So I can just take this paper off. That's my white I was looking for. I'm going to go white. I want to feel bright and sunny today. So let's go white. And what do I want to do with it? Do I want to make some more of those? Or just like a square pattern coming through? Okay. I'm going to go and kind of make just very loose squares. Very, 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 very loose squares. And I like that it brings the white out in my little medallions that I stamped in there. So this is an abstract painting, so gotta kind of get your mind around abstract, right? I know there's a lot of balance involved in abstract, balance in your painting, but this is not a painting exactly. All right, so I like that little white, the white kind of square. Kind of like that. Okay, there's some there. Another opportunity to cover up that green. Never miss an opportunity. Cover up something you didn't like, right? It wants to come right through my oil path. pastels here. So just playing, having fun. So what's your favorite thing to do? Do you do watercolor? Do you just like to watch? Does it make you calm? Does it make you frustrated? I know a lot of people get frustrated. I used to with the watercolor, but not so much. Now it's relaxing. And I'm just having fun. Realized, thank goodness my gold's dry. I was sticking my fingers right in it. Maybe one more here. Okay, so that's that, and now I'm going to turn my painting around and see what I have. So it looks like I have strings of Christmas lights. Okay, so how about, you know, the rule, not that there's rules, but you know, you do things in odd numbers are supposed to be more pleasing. So I'm going to do 3, 4, let's do 5. Cover up a little more of that green. It's not so, doesn't bother me as much now. Okay. Maybe one more. Okay, so does it need some here or here? Maybe a couple up there. Maybe that's enough. I'm going to say it's enough. Okay, so put that back in its box. And now, I haven't used everything in my repertoire yet. I do have this set of watercolor pencils that I have not played much with either. So let's see what we want to do with that. Okay, so I have white. I'm thinking of scribbling around my white. So I'm going to go with the purple because I've got the purples and pinks and I don't want to go too much darker than my circles here. So I just want to go just very loosely, maybe a couple times around. Now these are watercolor pencils, so I could put water on them and activate them. I'm not going to. I'm just using it for the pencil effect. I'm trying to go very loosely. Just kind of sketchy. I'm going sketchy. Okay. And let me turn that around. I feel like I want to do it in the middle. I don't think it will do anything because of the oil pastel though. Because even if my pencil kind of runs into that, it just kind of slides around it. So I know it's not going to do anything. But I could come back with maybe another pastel. Let's see. Just kind of having fun. What are we going to do with this when we're done? It'll make really pretty bookmarks. That's what it'll do. I can just chop it up. Cut it into bookmarks. That would be fun to do. Lots of interest on it, just in a little thing. Little 2 by 5 maybe. I'm running low on my bookmarks. I often do that. I'll chop up paintings that were just fun like this, just practice, just goofing around. If I had a little sketchbook, I would have loved to done a little sketchbook series. I don't have one, but when I get one, I think I want to do that. Just a little series of playing with stuff, trying out a new technique, that kind of thing. And now I'm going to come back, I think, with my pink. And, oh, that's pretty bold. Yeah, just kind of filling in my little circle. And I think it complements that little squigglies that I drew in there. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. So I have everything except the kitchen sink in this one, right? Yeah. Just play. Just happy. Now it's happy. I'm feeling happy. And I think because it's got pink in it. I like pink. But that's making me feel happy. And that's what it is. Just therapy. Just mental relaxation and distraction. And I think that's a healthy thing. A healthy thing. Got my bling. I need some little lines in there. That would be fun. I got this purple here. There's my purple one. Let's get the purple guy. Here's the purple. And before I do that, I'm just going to get my scrap paper out. And what am I thinking? Just some kind of wavy. See, I don't really like the texture. Nah, maybe I won't do that. I could do it maybe with one of my paint markers. So here's a purple brush one. So I could just come back and do I like that, or do I want to do little slashes, or just straight lines, or just kind of soft, wavy. Kind of like that. It's like a ocean, river, or something going on. Let's try it over here on this spot. Let's just do a little, you know, just draw little waves. Just a little bit. I'm thinking right in here would be nice. Let's get some waves like I'm at the ocean, right? Listening to the beach and the seagulls and the waves splashing up. Relaxing. Yeah, I did it too in line, I think, with that one. Okay. So I'm going to go up higher because I don't want it to be straight across there. I'm going to go up here and go a little higher with that. And I can put a little bit in here. Having a pina colada on the beach. I'm going to turn this around. Yeah, I got that going on. I think I'll put a few And I think every time you do any kind of art, you're always learning something. So I'm already thinking, well, next time I could do this, or I could try something else. So always learning, and that's what keeps everything interesting, so that you always enjoy it. Your curiosity. And that would be too in line with that. So I'll just put a few right in here. Singing the Pina Colada song. If you like pina coladas. It's an oldie. Okay, well, what do you think? Was that kind of fun? What else should I do? Anything? Do I got a lot going on? I sure do. Okay, so one more thing to do. Let's see what we're going to do with this. Like I said, bookmarks for sure, but let's see, is there anything that's cool to be a painting? Like, would I want to like frame it? Like make it abstract, something like that. That's kind of neat. I like this swoosh going on. Or I could do that. Nah, I don't like that one. Could come up here. That's kind of neat. It looks good either way. Could go over here. This is not a masterpiece, that's for sure. I don't know if there's anything I really want to frame about it, but there's just some things to think about, some ideas. That's kind of cool. Oh, we got 3 of those sections going on there. So yeah, I could cut it out and I could, you know, make it a little abstract, or I make the rest into bookmarks. Well, maybe I'll do that. Alright, well, I want to thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you'll try this whenever you're feeling like you just want a little bit of an escape. This is kind of a art therapy, and all you have to do is get your stuff out and play. Have a good time, right? Alright, well, you have fun with your art supplies, and if you want to send me a picture, send me, you can email it to me, which is bswiftart@gmail.com, and I'd love to see what you come up with. Alright, well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you have lots of peace and love as your day goes on. And don't forget, if you like my videos, please subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow. I've been at this a long time and I haven't gotten anywhere too much with it, but I've done it for me and I really enjoy it. So I want to thank you for all that you have watched and stayed with me, and all your comments that you've left me. I really appreciate it. Okay, until we meet again, bye-bye.